Hi, I'm Katie Gonzalez from Collins Hill, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my internship this fall semester. This fall semester, I was at 12 Stone Church at the Central Campus. My mentor was Cindy Valenzuela, and her role at the time was middle school and high school administrative assistant. So she basically just helped out the student pastors in planning different events, coordinating things behind the scenes, and just logistics. And so my role in all of that was being the high school ministry intern. And my main focus is this semester were ways that we could expand student leadership, but also improving our event planning and our coordination, making sure that we thought out all the logistics and were prepared for however many students we had at our events. Just a little overview of the semester. I had 3 main projects that I was working on. I had our holiday themed parties, and it sounds like a silly thing, but one thing that we really focused on was how to bring people in from all throughout the community and to increase our advertising and marketing skills. I worked on small group content, so every week we have small groups after our high school service and making sure that we're really challenging our students not only within the night but within the week, and I got to work on that. And I also worked on our first time guest experience, not only how to bring our first time guests in, but how to make them feel welcome, how to make them feel like a family so that they would come back in the future. And over the semester, I worked at 12 Stone for 106.5 hours. So my day-to-day duties, I went to 12 Stone on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and depending on what kind of tasks and projects we were taking on for the week, determined when I came in. When I would come in, I had 3 main roles, just making sure that the night would run smoothly on Tuesday nights, which is our high school ministry night, but also making sure that we had our leaders where they were meant to be and that everyone felt like they were prepared for the night. I also met with my mentor and my student pastor once a week just to make sure that we were on the right track and where we were going and casting that vision out to everyone else. For the effects on my future, I kind of took it into a short-term and long-term perspective. Long-term, I was actually offered a paid position for this upcoming summer overseas. So this summer I'll be going to Guatemala for 8 weeks and working there with their staff in their ministry team and in their clinics and hospitals that they have there. But short-term, we have my mentor and other people transitioning in and out of new positions. And with this, I've been able to obtain more responsibilities and been able to learn more about the career that I want to go into. So, hiring outlook. One thing that's very unique about ministry as a career is that it's constantly changing in what's needed. A big part with students is that the students coming up are a completely different generation than those that have been leading them, and the career is constantly changing and in need of new positions and things that they haven't been looking for. And so with the hybrid of a career that I'm looking for, both in medical and in ministry, it's been very unique to see because we've been hiring people that are in the medical field that want to come into ministry and combining that. And one thing that's just been interesting to me is that we find medical ministry jobs overseas a lot, but it hasn't been a thing in the States, mainly because the crossover just hasn't occurred. But in the future, there have been more jobs opening up that relate to this. So there's a positive outlook. Career potential. There are a few pros and a few cons. The good thing is that they're constantly in need of new people and that the career is growing. But a con is that most people are in and out. They're in a position for 2 years and then they transition into either a higher role or into a different position. So there's lots of change occurring, but there's also a lot of learning that can happen from it. One of my most memorable experiences from my internship was actually last week. I was at lunch with my mentor and a few of the other staff members, and we were able to cast vision of what we wanted this next year to look like. As a lot of us are transitioning out, and especially with me graduating, we've been able to just focus on what we want the future to look like, and it was really cool because I got to have a say in the direction we're going in, and just to see how they valued my opinion and what we're going through. One of my biggest takeaways from this semester are kind of like both life and career values is that going in, being like an intern, there's some hard work that you have to do, there's some like dirty work that you have to do, but in the end, the impact that I've been able to have and the change that I've been able to bring about has really helped me in my personal leadership and personal growth, but also helped others. And so I've always focused on working to do better, and just focusing on helping others out. And so for the end, this is my personal learning and my personal growth. I just learned about myself is that I work best with people that are kind of similar to me, people that aren't very emotional or sensitive. I do best with that constructive criticism because it pushes me to do my best. And then I'm capable of handling a lot more than I thought I could, and then I'm able to handle and take on the tasks of a lot more things. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.